Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad,
I'm Steve.
and I'm gonna open.
Hold on. We got so today we have Shorts Brew Publican Porter. It's a London style porter. It's at 8.2% and 60 IBUs. And Brad and I were talking off camera. It's a little high usually for something from the UK because normally you don't see anything that high because back in the day they actually used to get taxed a lot by alcohol percentage.
Right.
So like if you go out and look at some of the it's that old, what is that beer? Old Suffolk or something like that. It's basically two beers blended together. So what they would do is they take an old style beer at 12% and they'd age it for like a year or two, and then take a young beer at like 3% and they blend the two to get a 5% beer, so that you could get the flavors of an old beer and high alcohol percentage, but yet at a low alcohol due to the fact that they got taxed for the amount of alcohol in their beer. So it's very interesting. Short went with a high alcohol beer and called it a London Porter.
Right.
So be interesting to see what their take on it is.
And this does have a bottled on date of 2/14/2017.
Okay, so it's fairly young for
a porter. So no head really. What head we do have, tannish,
which I expect,
and it's black.
Yeah, you don't
for a porter. It's a stout.
Yeah, this is Guinness all the way. I get bitter chocolate malts. A lot of chocolate malts.
Yeah, like that chocolate and roasted malts mixed very well. I'm not getting alcohol.
No.
And I think that's why it's so black.
Yeah. Well, be interesting. I'm expecting a lot of bitter in this.
I think the smell. I love the smell.
Yeah.
With that chocolate and that roasted malts mixed together, I think. But just by the look and the smell and looking at the pour, I would call this a stout.
Yeah.
This is going to be a thick beer, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, taste. Not as harsh as I thought it was going to be.
No. That's actually really good. Shockingly good. When I smelled the chocolate malt and all the flavors in there, it reminded me of beer I brewed, and it was so bitter I had a hard time drinking it, and ended up dumping out a lot of it. This beer is like, it's got that harshness in the smell, but you had a lot of chocolate malt in there, but the taste is...
I'm almost going to say the taste for me is in the front, it's like a roasted malt with a tiny bit of chocolate, then it's gone.
Yeah. You get a little bit of the hop kick where you can tell it's got some hops in there, because there is that little lingering, like...
Yeah, there's little I'm still there.
Lingering. Yeah. But it's nothing from the malt.
Right, and it is warm. It's not cold.
No. Well, I mean, it's not bad.
That's... I could drink a ton of these.
That's the scary part, right? We talked about it being, 8-point-something%?
2%.
I don't taste any of the alcohol in here, which is scary. Because, like you said, I could probably drink a few of these and end up on the roof singing Christmas carols or something in the middle of June. I don't know.
To me, just thinking about the beer and being a home brewer, 8.2% in a porter, to me means they used a lot of grain to get it up that high. But you're really not tasting that. That nice roasted malt with a tiny bit of chocolate, then the bitterness in the back.
Yeah.
You would think that...
So you wonder if they use some agents like brown sugar.
Yeah, something to bump it up. But they had to use enough because a porter, brown, not black.
Yeah.
And this is black.
And good.
Yeah. What would you give this out of 5?
Oh my god. 4.75?
Really?
Yeah. I like it.
I would go a 4 or 5 somewhere.
It's okay
4 or
to
5.
disagree.
No, well, because see, I would drink this, but to me, there's not a ton of flavor there.
No, not
It's
a
like
huge.
all up front, then you get that little bitterness in the back, but it's good.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know what
It
I'm
is.
saying?
But I think you could take this recipe and adjust it so that you could get what you wanted out of it, right? You could.
I would add more chocolate.
Yeah, you could add cocoa nibs. You could, hell, you could add. You could even add. You can add anything to this, honestly, and it would taste. It would taste
Yeah.
like a different beer. You could add raspberries. All of a sudden, you got a raspberry porter. You
Yeah.
could add, molasses, and it's a little thicker. I mean, this is a good starting point for any kind of home recipe.
But you agree with me. Well, I think you said it first, but for a London style porter, it's not, to us, it's not a London style porter.
Right. Yeah.
The taste could be just because the
Sure.
alcohol's not there.
Yeah.
But
You know what, though? I kind of expect that from Shorts. If you were to look at most of their beers, they're usually on the higher alcohol
Right.
side. Like Shorts Parade,
Yeah.
all their IPAs. They got some beers that are lower, but you know what? They're one of my favorite breweries in Michigan.
yeah.
So they do a good job of taking that, okay, this is a style, and we're going to enhance it to
Right.
modern times.
This is enhanced big time.
Well, yeah, it's, right. So, but no, it's. I think.
Where do
you
you
guys
think-
need to go out and try it?
Where do you think the 60 IBUs come in?
That
You
I
think
don't
they
know. They're
use
masked.
them? You think they use them all up front though? At the let's just say the 60-minute point,
No.
they have to.
I don't think so though.
Because you're not going to get it when you drop lower. If you go flame out and stuff, you're going to get more of the taste. So they have to add a ton, 60 to 30 minutes. Let's just say the boil 60 minutes. 60, 30 minutes, it has to all be in there. What would they use? I'm not tasting. But I shouldn't say I'm not tasting. There is some in the back like we've been saying, but what would give it 60 IBUs? To me, you could EKG, Goldings, something like that up front, but that's not going to give it 60 IBUs.
If I had to guess, I'd probably use UK hops, right? Because
Like
normally,
UK Challenger?
yeah, well, or any UK grown hops.
Yeah.
So
Up front.
Tanager, like all the other, because, or even German ones, because those are usually lighter in flavor. They'll still give you the bitterness. They're not going to be hop bombs like we're
Right.
used to here in
Yeah.
the States. But I probably agree with you. They probably start early in the process of throwing them in with the boil. You're probably not a lot of late hop
But what
additions.
are you getting out of that 60
I don't
IBUs?
know, man. Like that's the hard part. Like I think there's the dark grain masks so much
Right.
of what's actually there.
Right.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. To me, they used more grain than anything. And for the 60 IBUs, I wonder what it tastes like at 30, 20 to 30.
Yeah.
If they could have saved, I don't know, some money or whatever. Because it's either, like we said up front, that they're using brown sugar or whatever, candy sugar to up that ABV.
Alcohol.
But to me, it has to be grains because it's so dark and it's thicker.
My only fear with that though is if they use like a lot of 2-row to help bring the alcohol up, then they have to balance that color with dark
Yeah,
malts.
yeah, right.
So it
More
had to
roasted
be
malts.
debittered, like dark
Yeah.
malts to be able to get the color, the flavor, the alcohol content.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Then a ton of hops to bring that IBUs back up there.
we just need to go there and figure it out. Go
Yep.
talk to the people.
Yep. Sorry we went on a rant.
Just trying to figure it out. That's all.
So until next time, I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
Happy brewing.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching this video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave me a comment down below to tell me what you thought about this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe and share,
and hit that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. You can check out these videos over here. Also head over to 31stbrewing.com for everything beer and home brewing related.